Hello everybody and welcome back to InstaSpeedathon 2020. We're now back on with the evening. We have 5 more runs tonight for the rest of today, and then we're back tomorrow morning again, but I will talk more about that later on. First off, we are going to go on to Daggerhood Any Percent by RampantEpsilon. He will be running Daggerhood today at InstaSpeedathon. It's not going to be a very long run, it'll be about 15 minutes. Don't forget to donate as well. Go to tiltify.com/instasim/InstaSpeedathon-2020. Our goal by the end of the weekend, of course, is to raise £1,000 to the amazing cause of EveryoneCan. We've currently raised £215.50, which is absolutely fantastic. We're nearly a quarter of the way there, guys and gals. However, we're going to go over to the RampantEpsilon right now on Discord. We'll just see if he's here. Hello? Oh, wait, hold on. I just need to unmute this. Hello?
Hello.
Hello. Right. I'm going to do a quick sound check, make sure all the audio is going through your stream, and then I'll make sure that everything's working fine. And then we'll do introductions and everything.
Alright, that'll work.
Cool. Oh, your plugs kind of fit a little bit, but not very much. It's fine. It'll do. It'll be fine. Right. I'll just unmute myself. There we go. Just give it a sound check.
Alright. Should be.
Yeah, it seems to work okay. I just changed the. I forgot to change the labels on the actual stream, so apologies for that.
Oh, that's fine. I've done that myself too. Very easy to do.
Yeah. Right then. When you're ready, you can give an introduction and then you can start.
Alright, sounds good. Hello everyone on the InstaSpeedathon Twitch channel. I am RampantEpsilon, part of a little group that me and a friend of mine has called the Game and Saloon Network. But out of the group, I'm the one that does most of the speedrunning, and by most I mean all. But this game here is a little indie title called Daggerhood. The thing that's kind of drew me to it is, as you can tell, it's got a lot of characteristics similar to like games like Celeste and stuff like that, but don't let that fool you. The category that this run is going to be is any percent forest, which means basically each of the game is split into 5 major sections that are all themed. I'm kind of just scrolling through them there. And we've decided to not only have a leaderboard for all of it, but have for each section, because as you can see on this screen, there is 20 levels for each one. Now that sounds like a lot, but in hindsight, this run could potentially get down like the 6-7 minute mark. I am rusty. That's not going to happen. But with that being said, I'll kind of explain a little bit of the mechanics as we get into it. But the time will start when I select the first level, so I'll give a little bit of a countdown there. And we will be starting this off in 3, 2, 1, go. And my capture card is going to be a little bit delayed, so apologies for that. I'll try to be vocal about when I'm doing it in-game, that way it's at least compatible with that. But as you can see, one of the major things there is you've got this little teleport that I almost goofed up right there off the start. But that teleport actually gets you a past all of the obstacles through the game, you have no means of attacking besides that dagger. So it's kind of a dual purpose. But all in all, this is a platformer. You don't want to hit spikes, as I keep doing, apparently. And you get... The main reason I've picked Forest over the normal one that I usually do, Caverns, is because you have two different power-ups. The first actually is introduced in Caverns, as you saw there. It was the hammer that breaks those special blocks that you saw there. The second one will be coming up, I think, here in a little bit, actually. Yep, right here in this level, it's the feather. With this, you can casually glide into spikes, as I just did. But casually kind of glide down. There will be one level we'll see that not be used, and it's because it's actually quicker to not use it. And it's actually this level right here, if I can get this to pull off right. And it's because that is so much quicker than actually going up to the top of the stage, getting the feather, coming back through that with the feather. I think there's another level that actually uses the feather gimmick, but we don't really see it either, but it's for a completely different reason. The dagger also, as you just saw there, kills enemies. So, like I said, multi-purpose dagger. And as I'm sure you're able to tell at this point, this game is highly cycle-based. One mess up on any cycle and that can throw you off, but at the same time, there is a little bit of a trick with caverns for ILs anyhow, that you can actually use that to your advantage. Because there is everything, while it is on cycle, on some kind of a cycle, it's all on a global cycle, meaning that the timer itself can be skewed in a way to make it work better for ILs. You won't really get to see it because for the any percent stuff we do RTA timing, not IL. But the timer actually will not start until you first move the character. One thing that I haven't really mentioned is at the final screen right here that we can see, you'll have treasures and it'll have a spot for fairy, whether or not you found it within the level. Both of those are categories on their own, as well as 100%, for the simple fact of there is way too much to try to hit all at once, and as you see, nothing is required to actually beat levels. Right here, you're fixing to actually see the first reason why any percent can be a category of its own. Each level, as you can see, is essentially in a black box all on its own. Meaning, if you can cram yourself through a little, I believe it's a 1.25 block gap, then you can actually push yourself out of bounds with the dagger teleport. That, I use it more so than a lot of the other runners, because I feel like it's a neat little thing. And truthfully, if you're not super good with some of these levels, it actually is the more consistent method. But the only issue is getting too dependent on it, because not all levels you can push yourself out. If I'm not mistaken, I think there is one level that is done completely different, based off of whether or not you try for it. Because for the most part, we're still skipping stuff, regardless of whether or not we're inbounds or out of bounds. But I think there's one that makes a big difference, and I believe it's actually in caverns. So we won't actually get to see that. I'm just right now in clear mode because I have actually made it through one of the major hurdles I usually have. 213 usually can decide to be a jerk and just refuse to let me get certain things. The other one that I'm having a hard time here recently with has been 219, so we'll be seeing that one here in a second. But pretty much 18, you break out as soon as possible. You go. I believe this one is the quickest way of getting through the level, whereas I think the other two, if you're better at the level, it's actually quicker to not go out of bounds. Oh boy. This was what I was hoping wouldn't happen. At least I saved it. I will take that. And there is a little trick for... I'm wanting to say all of the feathers to not be used. I typically don't do that. And each one of these sections end with a boss of some kind. And I might have messed the cycle up. Yep, I did. But it was a salvageable. And time is coming up when I enter the door, so yep, there is actually time. That is not how any of my practice runs went. I'm not gonna lie there. I do want to show a little quick thing too. You know, we've got some pretty jamming boss music. Except if you have to restart the level for whatever reason, we no longer have boss music. That makes that super ominous very quickly. But yeah.
So final time 8:34. Am I correct with that?
I actually wasn't trying to run a timer and then I forgot to split, so I am not 100%. That sounds about right because of the fact that I was missing quite a bit of minor stuff there. To put it in perspective, my sum of best is like a little over 7 minutes. So that's probably within reason there. I did have a few mess ups, but I also had a few that I'm like, that might have been quicker too.
Yeah,
Which
that's
one?
absolutely fine. I did stop the timer when you went into that little door, so
Yeah,
I'm assuming
that would
that's
be
where you
correct.
stopped the timer, is it?
Yeah, because actually when you go through that last
It's 8:34
result screen, it takes you to the next group of stages, so yeah.
Yeah, so it's 8:34.88. So I don't know where that puts you on the leaderboard, if that's a personal best or not. So congratulations.
I think it might actually. I'm not 100% sure where everyone else is, but theirs so far. but it definitely was fun to run it, and I hope that a lot more people donate and get that total as high as we can. But with that,
yeah, absolutely. Hopefully, more people donate. We're currently sat at £215.50. If you do want to donate, go to tiltify.com/@InstaSim/InstaSpeedathon-2020. There is an incentive for the next run, actually. If you guys want to go and see that, that's £50 that we need to raise, and that would be quite interesting.
But with that, I don't think I have anything.
Is there anything else you'd like
need
to say, or?
No, I don't think I've got anything else to really add. Obviously, if you liked what you saw, go check out the game yourself. You don't even have to really speedrun it. It's fun to play it casually. But I guess we'll pass it on to the next one.